Hey there, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is Talking to Myself, the part of the day where I talk to myself about things that I was thinking the night before. Shout out to all 706 subscribers at the time of making this video. I truly do appreciate that. As well as shout out to Lotus Lane Candle Company, to Saratoga Peanut Butter. Shout out to my dog for letting me give him a bath, and for Burt's Bees for making really good dog lathery anti-itch shampoo, which I hope really worked out. He's right now devouring a jar of peanut butter as a reward. Dog hair in my mouth. I'm not gonna edit that out. That's really weird. So yeah, also shout out to the Los Angeles Dodgers. I'm not sure how you did. Shout out to the Los Angeles Lakers because you tried your hardest, and I'm just gonna say it. I've never rooted for LeBron James until he was a Laker. And when people told me the man, no one hit open shots to the dude, I always thought like it's whatever, he should be able to take care of the game. When I tell you that the fact that the Lakers never traded for Kawhi Leonard, Anthony Davis, Jaylen Brown, like the fact that Kyle Kuzma was a thing we held on to, we took the L. So shout out to the Lakers, Lakers in 7, it's whatever. And so shout out to all the cameras that I own, and shout out to all the photographers in the community that shout out, have conversations and whatnot. I truly do appreciate everything you're doing and the conversations that we're having. No matter what it is, I've had conversations with people about focal lengths, about favorite camera brands, about system and things like that. I feel like for the most part, the conversations are always pretty nice. I mean, I'm very opinionated. When I tell you my opinion, when I tell you an opinion of mine, it's because I'm not BSing and like half-assing my opinion. I kind of think it and you can sway me. I usually don't say shit unless I have a like legit experience with something, and therefore I can gather an opinion based off of my experience. And it goes pretty well for the most part. Sometimes you got people in the comments who are very sensitive, who don't make any media and things like that, that'll defend stuff that go against stuff that I say. Like whenever I say that just because you shoot Leica doesn't mean you're a good photographer or you know anything about photography. And a lot of times people that shoot Leica don't know anything about photography. They just know about other Leica shooters and about their camera. That's just me being honest. Or whenever I tell you that Leica cameras don't keep their value, because they don't. They're not a good purchase. The digital bodies, if you plan on keeping those long term and plan on selling those bodies to make your cash back, you're never going to do that because they're shit value cameras. They're just built like any regular ass camera. And to be honest with you, that sensor is probably one of the most dangerous sensors you can purchase, because there's a 50% chance that a UV light, if you don't have a filter that they send you to put on there, is going to destroy your sensor. And what's the point of having a camera if it can't last a decade? And then there's people that whenever I talk about Fujifilm, everyone gets so mad whenever I mention every Fujifilm camera needs to have weather resistance. They need to make small pancake lenses. They need to stop going towards these big lenses to make things look more professional, because they're biting so that these new DSLR shooters can feel like they have a place to go. And fuck DSLR shooters. Fuck everyone that said, mirrorless, it will never be as good as DSLR. Just fuck you. You're an idiot. You're stupid. And now you want everyone to bend and curtsy to you, which they are, because Canon does it and Sony does it. So now everyone thinks, okay, we got to bend and curtsy to these guys when they're at the bottom of the fucking food chain. People that refuse to come over from DSLR because they said mirrorless wasn't professional, those are the same people that think fucking fast glass professional and think that not seeing your background makes it your professional shooter. Listen, portrait shoots, I've done portrait shoots. I just recently did portrait shoots. They're the easiest thing to photograph, okay? Talk to me when you have a 5-year project that you finally finish and publish. Then you can talk to me about professionalism. But portrait photography, when you go into a room with actual professionals, whether it be wedding, videography, cinematography, documentary, things like this, no one's fucking talking about what portrait photos you took last week. Just shut the fuck up. No one gives a shit about your portrait photos, okay? No one gives a shit about how much bokeh you're getting, okay? Go watch a Tony Northrup channel if that's gonna offend you. And then I always get people that bite on me because I say Sony's the best system out there. Because it is. In all regards, every single camera is better than any Canon camera that is comparable to it, period. I mean, even the Sony A9 with the news releases about the R3 and everything going on with it, the Sony A9 II is still a better camera than the EOS R3. And which tells me that the EOS R1 will not be as good a camera as the Sony A1. And to put it like this, if you're still shooting Sony, it's because you're either heavily invested in the glass and you don't want to switch, and you don't want to adapt, which I understand. You just have an affinity if you're still shooting Canon, you have an affinity for Canon, and that's what you've always shot, and you want to keep brand loyal, which I understand that. Or, you're a fanboy of Canon, and you feel like if you go to another system, even though it'll help you out and help you do things better, you know, you would hate to have to explain to people why you switched, which I understand those 3 reasons being for why you don't switch. But what I don't understand is when you fucking bullshit and say that the reason why you're not switching from Canon to Sony or to another system is because Canon's better. Shut the f up. I had some dude tell me, no, it's because Canon's the professional's camera. No, it's not. No, it's not. Listen, for sports, for what? For portrait photography? I'm gonna tell you right now, all you portrait photographers that shoot in Canon, give me your best portrait shots straight out of camera without your editing, okay? And I will put those up against millions of other people's portrait shots straight out of camera without editing, and you wouldn't be able to pick out your own fucking shot. Well, of course you would, unless it was the same thing. But no one would be able to pick out your shot for a Canon shot with Canon colors. Now, do the same thing when you edit your photos after your post-processing, and I'll put that against 100 photos of people that have done post-processing. Guess what? No one's gonna be able to figure out that fucking shit either, okay? Portrait photos does not make you super cool and professional for weddings and everything like that with Canon. Listen, if there's a better system, there's a better system. Why not hold Canon accountable for not having the top-of-the-line shit? Duh. You guys are the reason why your prices are so fucking high and you're still getting raked over. You guys got the EOS R5, was supposed to be the cinematography beast, and now they're going to come out with a 5C so that you can actually do the things they promised you in the 5. You guys are stupid. You guys are being cucked by Canon. It's pathetic. It's ridiculous. You guys are Canon cucks, the CCs, and I feel for you. Now, if you guys are aware that Canon's not the best and you guys aren't the ones bitching and you just like it because of those other things, I get that. But for those of you that deny everything that I said and you're like, no, it's because it's better and it's a professional's camera, listen, you don't know shit. You don't know shit. You've either only shot with that camera or you're a super fanboy and you refuse to shoot with anything else because you think that your identity is tied to you being a Canon shooter. Listen, I've bounced from system to system, not because I'm impatient and shit, but because for the things that I'm doing, I need the right gear for the application. Case in point, I have now just been, I'm in preliminary talks. I have a kickoff meeting tomorrow in order to be hired for a dispensary in New Mexico because I just legalized marijuana recreationally. One of the first ones to open up in the southeast corner of New Mexico. So what I'm going to be doing is campaigns with them because they're doing a whole bunch of stuff for rehabilitation for people that were in jail for marijuana possession charges or for use charges. Them rehabilitating people. They're going to want to do podcasts, videos. They're going to want to do advertising for the dispensary, everything like that. So I'm in talks with them, seeing how we can build that out. If they want me to do videography and things like that, I understand that this X Pro 3 can do so much, but if it comes into the something of long form or something that I need the back screen or something that I need, you know, just better gear for, I'm going to not look at Fujifilm as the system that I purchase into with that. Now, it depends. When the XH2 comes out, that may be the camera that I stick with, or I just buy myself an XH1 because that'll be cheaper. But I have my eyes open. I'm not going to be like all of you guys who bought the fucking R5 and R6 and be like, oh, they're great, when the R5 and R6 don't even have the same color signs, don't even have the same bit rates and everything like that. They're two completely cameras. You can't even match the footage one-to-one without completely color grading one of them drastically. That is pathetic. Okay, and you guys have to see that when it comes to, you know, Sony fans even, because I talk about, you know, Sony has horrible ergonomics. That's one of the one things I can say. Sony has horrible ergonomics and I hated the menu. People, you know, want to talk about, well, it's because it's supposed to be a small compact. Listen, here's the thing. If Canon can make a camera that feels like it's good in the hand, Sony can do the same thing. Okay, it's just the fact that they reuse the same bodies. It's just stop making excuses for that. It's not a big deal. We don't have to make excuses for camera companies. Do you understand that these people are making gear for us? We are the consumer. You guys think that there's people out there still bitching about how RC Cola is the #1 cola? Do you really think so? No, RC fell behind. They didn't do as good in advertising. It doesn't matter that they basically all taste identical, RC, Pepsi, and Coke. It's a matter of advertising. Canon has you guys advertised to the asshole and like it because they give it to all these not professionals, all these celebrities, because it is a status symbol more than anything, unfortunately. And this is me being honest. When it comes to Leica Digital, if you shoot Leica Digital and you tell me that there's a difference between a camera being a great camera with a great lens. Like Leica lenses are fantastic. You know, the Leica Q is a camera that I would get if it was around $2,000 because of 28mm focal length, the 1.7 aperture. It's a great. I've seen shots of it. I've seen how sharp it is. I've seen how beautiful it renders color. The micro contrast is amazing. No, you can't do portraits with it, but when you do blow something out, it is fantastic. It is a dreamy, dreamy, dreamy fall off on the face. everything. It's a great camera, great lens and things like that. There's a difference between picking a camera for that versus picking a camera for just the fact that it just has a red badge on it and then you're gonna shit on every other camera when you don't know shit. You guys got to understand this. A lot of you don't know shit. And listen, I don't know everything. And I'll admit that I don't know everything. But at least I know shit. But a lot of you guys have opinion on shit that you've never owned. You just have the opinion because you've been in that system. That's weird to me. That's weird. A lot of you guys own the EOS R, or you owned a Canon, you know, a 80D, and then you just bought your Canon EOS R6 or R5, and now you fucking know everything about Canon, know everything about the legacy and how well they're doing. You guys are full of shit. It's weird. It's creepy. It's cringy. It's cringy when I read the comments of things you guys say, like the guy who was like, "Oh, the XA2 is actually a rangefinder, and I would never use it the same." I don't give a fuck. I don't. I really don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about a lot of things you guys say. Now, I entertain some of you guys when you're being pretentious. That's one thing. Whenever you guys just talking, we're having conversations, that's cool. You want to tell me about your gear? That's great. But like some of you guys get into this shit like, oh, I would never do this, or I would do that, or I would never do it professionally. I have to have this and this and this. That's great. You have to have that, dude. Give yourself a pat in the fucking back. That's fantastic. You know, I'll have someone who'll be like, respectfully be like, hey man, I get what you're saying. Me personally, I live in Maryland and so I need a weather resistance. And I'm like, damn, you know what? I never thought about that. I live in South Texas. It usually doesn't rain that much. It's totally cool. Maryland, I get it, especially because you're close to the coast, things like that, snow, whatnot. You have seasons. I totally get that. But then there'll be some of y'all like, oh my God, I live in, Albuquerque, New Mexico, and we have to have weather resistance. You don't understand that when a professional camera does it, and it's like, bro, I literally am talking about a Canon 60D. And you want weather resistance, that shit? What do you shoot? None of you guys put your portfolio. I've had one dude in this whole time put his portfolio up, and he prefaced it with saying, now, okay, so I don't shoot with XYZ camera. And I think we were talking about like film. So I don't shoot film. It was on the analog circle jerk. They're fucking talking shit about young Ansel. And they were like, the guy, I was like, let me see your portfolio if you're gonna talk shit. Let me see how you do and how you frame things up. Let me see your composition. The guy's like, well, I don't shoot film and I just barely started shooting recently, but so I know it sucks, but still. And I'm like, dude, you guys talk shit just to talk shit. Now, when I talk shit, there's two things you need to know. Number one, I never do it maliciously. I never do it to like shit on someone's brand, to like, I'm just being objective because I want these brands, these companies to take care of us, the consumer. I think that it's better if a lot of people hold Canon, Fujifilm especially, Sony's feet to the fire to make them say, we need better because we know you can do this stuff. So stop price gouging us and letting out little incremental stuff year by year by year. We want something that matches the price you're putting out there. That's fine. That's fair. Okay. That's why I do it. The second thing is because none of y'all can fucking whoop my ass. And so since none of y'all can fight me and none of y'all can whoop my ass, and I am very confident of that, I think I think I can say the things that I need to say and offend you and tell you in the comments that you're being a bitch. And so, it's just something to keep in mind. I don't know why I got so aggressive, but I chose up today, and I woke up today and chose violence. I just washed my dog. It should have been a good time, but I put on this Hawaiian shirt, and this just reminded me of the fight I got into in Honolulu. And so I think that's where it's coming from. And so I feel really pumped and jacked right now. I'm about to eat some chili my lady made, and it was some really good shit. It could have been that I had cheeseburgers past 2 days, man. I had a Shake Shack cheeseburger. I had a Freddy's cheeseburger. Okay, so here's the deal. Since I'm already on a fucking tangent talking shit, I'm just gonna tell you guys right here. When it comes to the top burgers, okay, top burgers for fast food joints and stuff like that, I just gotta say, Freddy's steak burger and shakes or whatever it's called, that is a fucking god tier burger. Frederick's is delicious, dude. I would say it's Freddy's, Five Guys, then you have to go with Shake Shack. Freddy's, Five Guys, Shake Shack, dude. And then from there, it gets pretty wonky. I guess I'd say, I don't know, man. Freddy's, Five Guys, Shake Shack. Honestly, I would choose a Dave's Double from Wendy's, and then In-N-Out, and then Whataburger. I live in Texas, and I'm not afraid to tell you guys. If you guys have ever been told, oh, you have to try Whataburger, if you live in Chicago or you live in, Roswell, New Mexico, Albuquerque, any of the places that have Whataburger, because apparently Texans think that Whataburger is just a Texan thing, and you haven't tried it, don't. It's fucking shit. It's literally Sonic cheese. It's a Sonic cheeseburger. It's literally just Sonic. They have a spicy ketchup, which is better. Their fries are a little bit less than mediocre, but it's the same thing. It's nothing to write home about. I mean, honestly, it's a Sonic burger. Now, if you're in Hobbs, New Mexico, there's a place called Ma Brown's on a street called Grimes. It's on Grimes and Sanger, right near the corner, right by Taylor Memorial Baptist. That has the best burger in the world. There's a man who's been cooking that same burger for 30 years. Go in there, knows you by name, everything like that, talks to you, pretends like he still remembers your family, and you have a good time, man. You have a nice-ass, delicious, greasy-ass, juicy-ass, thick cut onions, thick tomatoes. The man just doesn't even know how to cut, his hand shaking. Delicious double cheesed up burger with jalapenos and bacon, and you get some nice crinkly fries. Now that'd be the top one, but when it comes to fast food, I gotta put Freddy's up top, man. When it comes to chicken sandwiches, because I'm about this life and I'm just gonna go on to it. Listen, I don't care what you tell me, okay? Chick-fil-A chicken sandwiches are not that good. It's literally not. Honestly, I would put a Whataburger chicken sandwich over Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich because it's just a plain ass sandwich. I feel like I don't know what to say. I just don't vibe with Chick-fil-A's chicken sandwich. Now, their waffle fries are banging. Top of the food chain is Chick-fil-A waffle fries. Then it goes McDonald's. Then it goes Freddy's shoestring fries, and then from there Wendy's sea salt fries, and then Whataburger's fries just because you can get spicy ketchup with it. But when it comes to chicken sandwiches, man, I think Zaxby's has one. I swear I've had a Zaxby's chicken sandwich that was banging. I've heard Arby's is great. Burger King's is aight. Wendy's chicken sandwich to me is still one of the GOATs. But Chick-fil-A's is just meh. It's aight. It's just meh. Pizza, since we're already on this, if you want to go pizza tier, I don't know how the shit we got down this tangent. If you're still watching this at this time, just leave a comment and tell me what you think your favorite burger, fry, pizza, and chicken sandwich are, and or tell me your tier list. And honestly, I'll send you something to the. I'll do a random drawing again, and I'll give you something. Trust me, you'll get something nice, a bag or lens or some shit like that, but. Yeah, when it comes to like pizza, man, I'm a Little Caesars guy. And fucks with your boy, but I'm a Little Caesars guy. That's it. Through and through. Hashtag poverty. Y'all, hot and ready was always hot and ready. That's all you needed. So I don't know how I got on this. I got really upset and angry. And you know what it was? Because I looked at a comment so there's the analog photography Instagram, and I looked at some comments in the pages with some people that are fucking pretentious shit, and I unfollowed the Instagram because I had great memes, but God, man, just people are so pretentious in film. Let me tell you something. If you shoot film, whether medium format, 35, large format, let me just be honest with you, and this is me being a friend. If you weren't to tell anyone you shot it on film, no one would still give a fuck. So I know all of you don't do this, but there are some of you out there who make shooting film your whole life and that's your identity. And let me just tell you, man, no one gives a shit. It's just a photo, dude. Don't hang your hat on film the whole time. But listen, I'm not being a hater. I'm just telling you, don't be a pretentious dick, because at the end of the day, you're taking a photo that I can take with a digital camera. I can take with my phone. And all it takes is a little bit of Photoshop to make it look better or the same as yours. And I'm just being honest. So it doesn't matter how you're shooting it. Focus on what you're shooting. Focus on your composition. Focus on your balance to the image. Focus on the colors that you have on there. Things like that. I challenge you, man, if you shoot film, shoot black and white for a month straight, and you'll be able to tell if you're actually fucking good at photography. That shit's hard, dude. Black and white shooters, that shit's tough. Because you literally rely on nothing but balance and contrast. No colors to make it pop. That same motel sign or that same trash can you took a photo of that had popped because it's a pastel blue now, it doesn't look the fucking same in black and white. So I challenge you, shoot in black and white. Here's the other thing. If you're still watching this, if you do this thing and you want to shoot black and white and you're going to do it for a month, and you shoot film and you shoot 35 millimeter, and you watched all the way through this, tell me and I'll ship you a fucking pack of, Tri-X 400 or Ilford HP5 to your crib. I don't care. Like, I'm being honest. shoot that, go through, and then develop your shots, man, and look at it, and you'll be able to tell really quick. Black and white is very, very revealing on if you know composition and if you know how to work with contrast. You got to learn to work with contrast. You got to learn to work with your balance, with your composition and things like that. And black and white photo will fucking expose the shit out of you. So give it a shot, man. I've got on my Hawaiian shirt, dude. I'm fucking all gravy today, man. It's a good day. I was kicking ass at work. I'm at my lunch break right now. I'm about to eat my fucking lady's amazing chili. Ooh, so. Anyway, baby, have a good one.